Hey, so this video right here is for you guys who aspire to starting that freight brokerage and that freight dispatching company. So I just want to let you guys know what is the most challenging part when it comes to starting your freight brokerage and your dispatching company. Starting your actual company if you want to start a freight brokerage or a dispatching company, starting in it is not going to be hard. Like I told you guys in previous videos, if you want to start a dispatching company, all you have to do is learn it and go start an LLC. Don't listen to people out there when they tell you you have to be a freight broker to actually start a dispatching company. And if that's the truth, somebody posted in the comments below the actual link so you could take us directly to the regulation to let everyone know out there that you have to be a freight broker to be a dispatcher. So that's not the case. All you have to do is just learn how to be an actual dispatcher, and you guys can start dispatching for truck drivers and owner operators out there. And when it comes to starting your actual freight brokerage, now that's a different story. You do have to acquire that $75,000 surety bond. You have to go pay $300 for your motor carrier number. And you have to go get a BOC3 on file, get everything activated, and then potentially get contingent cargo insurance, just depending on the shippers that you're going to be brokering their freight for. So I just want to put this quick video out to you guys today and just let you know what is the most challenging part when it comes to what's the most challenging part when it comes to starting your dispatching company and starting your freight brokerage and getting it operational. So the most challenging part is like any other business that you're providing a service. So being a dispatching company, you're providing a service, and your service is basically helping owner operators find loads for their trucks. On the freight broker side, you're providing a service to the shipping companies to help them broker their freight out and move their freight to their actual customer by helping them find truck drivers. So as a freight broker, you're working and you're providing a service for the shipping company. As a dispatcher, you're providing a service for the owner operators out here. So what is the hardest part when it comes to actually starting your dispatching company and your freight broker? So the hardest part, I believe, is acquiring the actual clients, because if you can't acquire the actual clients, that means you're not going to make any money, because of course you have to go out and acquire clients, because now you're in the business of providing a service. So there's going to be times when you guys out there, you're starting up these dispatching companies and you can't seem to find and acquire owner operators. So that's going to be the hardest part. So the only advice that I could give you guys out there is you have to be consistent. There's going to be times when you might go a week and you're trying to market and promote your business, and then after that week, if you don't see the results that you want, you might end up getting discouraged. Same thing when it comes to brokering freight. If you are going out and you're trying to acquire shippers by cold calling or walking into their shipping companies and you're not getting the actual feedback that you want, hey, you can get discouraged. There's plenty of freight brokers out here, brand new freight brokers that's trying to build their book of business, that have made hundreds of cold calls and still haven't got any shippers yet as clients. And it's the same thing on the owner operator side. You guys are out there marketing and promoting. You're on Facebook, you're on YouTube, you're at truck stops, you printing up business cards. You've done everything that you could possibly do when it comes to marketing and advertising your business, but you are unable to acquire any owner operators at this time. So one thing that I recommend is just be consistent. You're in the business when it comes to dispatching and brokering freight that is very low overhead, but you can make a lot of money doing it. It's not like the actual trucking business when you have to go buy a truck and a trailer, go get your own authority or lease onto a company, and you have an enormous amount of overhead, truck note, trailer note, maintenance fees, commercial insurance, and just additional small fees too that comes into to actually owning trucks. So it's a difference between that dispatch company and that freight brokerage. So it might take a little time for you, but once you start acquiring clients out there and once you start getting some consistent bookings when it comes to brokering freight, or some consistency when it comes to booking loads for truck drivers, I guarantee you guys out there will profit and you guys will see a lot of money, because like I say, it's a lot of money to be made in dispatching and brokering freight out here. So the hardest part when it comes to starting your dispatching and your freight brokerage is basically acquiring the clients. So there's a lot of people out here that want to get into the business, but if you're already basically in a 9-to-5 position right now, I'm pretty sure that you haven't really had to go out and figure out how are you going to bring in business and acquire clients. So maybe this business might get you out of character a little bit, but that's the thing. You have to become comfortable with being uncomfortable. Some of you guys out there say you're not salesmen or a saleswoman, but the thing about providing a service, you have to be able to sell. So as your dispatching company, what you're selling is basically you're selling your company to the actual owner operators to let them know that you're going to provide them the best customer service and the best results when it comes to booking them loads. But you have to be able to sell that to the owner operator. Same thing as being a freight broker. You have to sell your service to the actual shipper to let them know why they should go with you as a freight broker to broker out their freight. So it's all about sales when it comes to dispatching. It's all about sales when it comes to brokering freight. The hardest part is acquiring those clients on the owner-operator side and the actual shippers. So I just recommend, man, just keep being consistent. You know, if you guys are trying to acquire shippers, the way that you're going to acquire them is cold calling or walking into them. So you just have to be consistent, you know, when it comes to how many cold calls are you making per day? How many are you making per week? You know, don't go a week and think that, hey, I made 500 cold calls, so I'm not getting any results, so maybe this business is just not for me. I always recommend just be consistent, because once you acquire that first shipper, it's just going to be like a domino effect. You're going to gain that momentum and you're going to start acquiring more shippers, and that means the more money that you're going to be making. And like I say, brokering freight is very lucrative just because it's very low overhead. If you guys could figure out how to get into any business in this world that has very low overhead, but a lot of money potentially can be coming in, that's the business that you want to get into. And these are the businesses that I'm getting into. I started out trucking, and now my trucks are just used for additional income. And now I love to broker freight and dispatch owner operators, and also lease on owner operators to my company out there. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to hit me on my email at broker@manystrans.com. If you have any questions, like I say, feel free to reach out to me. Go visit my website, www.extraordinarymovement.com. EOM is my brand. As you see right here, Extraordinary Movement, extraordinary men of values, exemplify motivation, enthusiasm, nobility, and trust. Go visit my website. Also, if you guys are looking for a load board, 30-day free trial with DAT, everything is in the description box below. Go sign up with TAFS, Trans-Am Financial Services, if you guys are looking for a factoring service out there. Also, TAFS is giving out a free ELD. So like I say, if you guys have any questions, go visit my website. Go hit me up on my email out there. CEO, commit, execute, and be obsessed. Everybody be great out there.